Habitat, we house families. We give families a hand up, not a handout. People can get the mortgage. We will build a home or provide a home for them, provided they meet the criteria for receiving a home. And if they do, we will assist them with a zero interest mortgage, of which they're responsible to pay, and they can build equity and build a life in a community.
So Habitat started in Ottawa over 20 years ago, and they were very fortunate. They had a lot of very vibrant volunteers who got together, saw the need for a restore, understood the need to have some affordable housing in the city, and got Habitat started.
We started off struggling to try and get one build off the ground, and and now we're doing I think about 3 builds a year plus renovations.
So it's been a great growth. Thanks very much to all of the dedicated volunteers we have and wonderful sponsors and donors.
We used to be very, small isn't the right word, but we weren't known at all. In the business community, we spent more time introducing ourselves and who we are and what we are.
And I just find the general public awareness has increased a great deal. And every place you go, when it first started, I had to keep explaining to people what Habitat was about.
Now people know who we are in the community more than what they did, and it's reciprocal.
Renew It is a new project that actually we started in 2013, and it's been a really exciting project for us. So rather than build from scratch, we actually will do whatever is necessary to keep an elderly widow in her home, to keep a family that suddenly has a disabled child, perhaps returning to their home, stay in their home. We've been very fortunate in the fact that we had a lawyer, Marilyn Vavasour from Calgary, who inherited a house here in Ottawa and really wanted to make a difference in her community. This is where she grew up, and she realized that by helping Habitat, she would help several families. We took a very old 1960 house that still had black and gold wallpaper on the walls and turned it into an absolutely magnificent home that sold for well over $900,000. So what a great start that was for us, and it gave us money to start really seriously purchasing land.
The restore is quite an interesting concept. In my mind, that's where everything comes together. Suppliers and builders will donate new and used products to the store. The public come in and buy the products, and the money from the products goes to support the builds and the restore operations. So it's the one place where everything seems to come together, and it's quite a good concept.
And we are actually celebrating our 6th anniversary of our second restore this week, as a matter of fact. When I came in 2006, we had one store, 10,000 square feet. We were doing just under $400,000 in sales. And this year, we're going to be doing, for the 3rd year in a row, over $1 million worth of sales in 2 locations for a total of almost 19,000 square feet.
So initially I joined the Habitat Volunteer Committee. In those days there was no volunteer coordinator, it was all done by volunteers. So that was my first introduction. From there I found out about the restore, which had just moved to this location at that point. And it sounded like a neat idea to work in a sort of retail space. And so I started volunteering, and I've been here ever since.
Well, I started volunteering with Habitat for about 3 or 4 years ago. I just wanted to, I'd read about it in the paper, and I'd been thinking about it for a number of years, and finally just wanted, like, okay, this is the year I'm actually going to do it. And so I signed up, went through the volunteer process, and arrived on the first day, and there was a big hole in the ground, and I thought, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into?
All level of skills are welcome. So there are people like myself who come in who are technically challenged, and it goes right up to men and women who could build their own homes without any trouble.
You know, so never be afraid to come because you don't know what you're doing, or you're nervous, or you don't have any skills, because they'll welcome you and they'll teach you and you'll learn so much.
The other thing I notice is that the nature of volunteers, there are far more women now volunteering than there were before. When I started, it was very much a male domain, and it felt like a male domain.
It was very special people that came to volunteer for Habitat, that very committed, very nice, very patient, easygoing, always helpful, always encouraging. And those are the type of people you meet at Habitat. They're so welcoming.
I have 3 kids. My oldest is 15. She's in high school, grade 10. And I have an 11-year-old son who's in the school right across the street. He's in grade 6. He's in French immersion. And my youngest is in grade 4. She's 9 years old. Oh, the kids love it here. I have a huge backyard. We're really, really lucky to have that. You know, access close to stores, the school's right across the street. Great neighborhood, great neighbors. The kids have made friends in the area. They're able to bike to their friend's house safely. And where we were living before, I wouldn't have allowed them to go play outside alone. Our backyard is fenced in, so they're able to, you know, since they were little even, you know, go play in the backyard. And we had moved quite a few times with my youngest daughter, and they were all basement apartments because they were pretty cheap. And so she was losing her friends, like she wasn't able to keep the little friends that she had. But here, they're able to make and maintain those friendships. Like they can, you know, they've had friends that they've gone since junior kindergarten, so 10-year-long friendships. I'm very, very grateful and thankful to Habitat. Without Habitat, we wouldn't be here. I can't say enough good things about Habitat. Habitat is awesome.